My friends, let me ask you a question. What if something as simple as applying olive oil could transform the way you feel, move, and perform, especially after the age of 50? This might sound surprising, but the truth is, small daily habits often create the biggest changes in our health. Olive oil isn't just for your kitchen. It's a tool for vitality, resilience, and performance in your golden years. Let's talk about how. As we age, our bodies naturally experience stiffness, slower recovery, dryness of skin, and reduced circulation. These changes can impact not only how we feel physically, but also how we show up in our daily lives, whether it's energy for exercise, intimacy, or simply the joy of moving freely without discomfort. Olive oil, one of nature's purest gifts, holds the power to support your body inside and out. Used wisely, it can help you maintain flexibility, strength, and energy long after 50. When we talk about the changes that happen after 50, one of the most common complaints I hear from people is about stiffness and dryness. It might start with something small, waking up in the morning and feeling like your knees don't bend as easily, or noticing that your hands don't feel as flexible as they used to. For some, it's the nagging tightness in the back after sitting too long, and for others, it's the way the skin begins to feel rough, dry, and less resilient. These issues may seem like simple inconveniences, but in reality, they are signs that the body is changing in ways that can affect how you perform, how you move, and how you experience life every single day. Stiffness in the joints is one of the earliest signs of aging. As we grow older, the body naturally produces less synovial fluid, the liquid that lubricates our joints. This lack of lubrication makes movement less smooth, leading to friction, discomfort, and a reduced range of motion. Suddenly, climbing stairs feels heavier, stretching takes more effort, and long walks may leave you sore instead of energized. Add to this the natural wear and tear of cartilage over time, and you can see why stiffness becomes such a frequent complaint after 50. It's not only about mobility, it's about confidence in your own body. When your joints don't respond the way they used to, it can create hesitation. You think twice before bending, lifting, or even exercising. Dryness, on the other hand, is not only a skin-deep issue. Yes, the skin loses elasticity and moisture as oil glands slow down, leading to rough patches, irritation, and even itching. But dryness also points to something deeper, the decline of circulation and hydration in tissues. Skin that feels dry on the outside often reflects muscles and connective tissues that are less nourished on the inside. This dryness doesn't just make you uncomfortable, it also makes the body more prone to injuries, cracks in the skin, and delayed healing after small cuts or strains. And when your skin feels tight or fragile, you become less inclined to enjoy physical touch, massage, or even certain activities, because it feels like your body is more delicate than before. These two problems, stiffness and dryness, are subtle at first, but together they create a cycle that reduces vitality. When movement becomes stiff, people move less. When dryness affects skin and tissues, the barrier that protects the body weakens. Both of these changes create an environment where aging accelerates, because the body is no longer being used or nourished in the way it was designed to. Think about it. The human body thrives on movement, flexibility, and circulation. If we let stiffness and dryness take over, we're giving away some of our best tools for staying young in spirit and strong in body. What makes this particularly important is that these issues often creep in quietly. You don't notice the first signs right away. One day you realize you're skipping your evening walk, because your knees are sore, or you're avoiding stretching because your back feels tight. You apply lotion, but the relief doesn't last. Slowly, your habits change, and without even realizing it, you start limiting yourself. This is why identifying stiffness and dryness as real problems is the first step toward transformation. We cannot ignore these signs or dismiss them as just aging. Instead, we need to see them as signals, our body's way of saying, I need more care, more nourishment, and more support. The beauty of acknowledging this problem is that it gives you power. Once you understand that stiffness and dryness are not inevitable punishments of aging, but rather conditions that can be eased with the right approach, you start to see hope. You realize that these small annoyances don't have to define your life after 50. Instead, with natural methods like olive oil and consistent care, you can restore lubrication, improve flexibility, and bring vitality back into your daily movements. The first step, though, is awareness. By recognizing stiffness and dryness as problems worth addressing, you open the door to solutions that can truly change the way you feel every day. When we think about stiffness and dryness, it's easy to see them as minor annoyances, but the truth is they reach much deeper into our daily lives than we often admit. The way your joints, muscles, and skin feel on a regular basis can determine how much energy you have, how freely you move, and even how confident you feel stepping into your day. Imagine waking up in the morning already feeling weighed down, your knees tight, your back resisting every bend, your skin itchy or uncomfortable. Instead of starting your day with vitality, you begin it with hesitation. That hesitation, repeated day after day, builds a pattern that changes the way you live. When movement feels restricted, your natural instinct is to do less. You may avoid bending, stretching, or even walking long distances because you expect discomfort. This loss of mobility can creep up gradually. And before you realize it, you're turning down opportunities, whether it's playing with your grandchildren, joining a walk with friends, or keeping up with an exercise class you once enjoyed. Physical discomfort has a way of shaping not only what you do, but also how you think about yourself. You might begin to feel older than you really are, less capable or less willing to take on new challenges. That mental shift is powerful, and it often keeps people trapped in a cycle of inactivity. Stiffness also steals joy from everyday movements, activities you once took for granted, reaching to grab something from a shelf, bending to tie your shoes, or sitting cross-legged on the floor become small struggles. You may even begin to rely more on others, asking for help with tasks that once felt effortless. While there is no shame in seeking help, there is a subtle emotional toll that comes when you feel your independence slipping away. This emotional weight can be just as heavy as the physical stiffness itself, creating frustration, irritability, or even sadness about your changing body. Dryness, though often overlooked, has a similar impact. Skin that feels rough, thin, or itchy may not seem like a major issue at first glance, but it influences how you present yourself and how you feel in your own skin. When your skin loses moisture and elasticity, you may feel less vibrant, less confident, and even less inclined to engage in social or intimate activities. Something as simple as holding hands or enjoying a massage can feel uncomfortable instead of pleasurable. Over time, this leads to withdrawal, not just from physical touch, but from experiences that bring warmth and connection. The long-term effects of ignoring stiffness and dryness go far beyond minor inconveniences. A body that doesn't move well begins to weaken. Muscles lose strength, joints lose range, circulation slows, and the immune system becomes less efficient. A body that doesn't feel cared for begins to age faster than it should. Small aches can turn into chronic pain, and dryness can progress to cracks in the skin that make you vulnerable to infections. Inactivity can also lead to weight gain, cardiovascular strain, and a higher risk of metabolic diseases. What starts as just a little stiffness or just dry skin can quietly set the stage for far more serious health issues. On the other hand, when you address these problems directly, you create a ripple effect of positive change. Movement becomes easier, so you do more. Skin feels nourished, so you feel more comfortable in your body. Each small improvement in physical health builds confidence and motivation to keep going. And with that confidence comes a renewed sense of independence, purpose, and joy. The little things, like walking into a room with energy, stretching without pain, or enjoying touch without discomfort, become big victories that shape your daily life. This is why it's so important to understand how stiffness and dryness affect more than just your body. They touch your confidence, your independence, your relationships, and your long-term health. Once you recognize the full weight of their impact, you begin to see that addressing them is not optional, it's essential. It's not about vanity or temporary comfort. It's about reclaiming your freedom, protecting your health, and choosing to live the second half of life with the same or even greater vitality than before. Olive oil has been celebrated for centuries as a symbol of health, longevity, and vitality, and it's not without reason. While most people think of it as a kitchen staple, something to drizzle over a salad or use for cooking, the truth is that olive oil is much more than food. It is a natural medicine chest in a bottle, packed with nutrients that work on the inside and the outside of the body. When stiffness and dryness start to take hold after 50, olive oil offers one of the simplest, safest, and most effective ways to support your body. It's not a synthetic cream or an expensive treatment. It's nature's gift, and it has the power to restore what aging slowly takes away. The magic of olive oil lies in its composition. Rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, vitamin E, and antioxidants such as polyphenols, olive oil has anti-inflammatory and nourishing qualities that soothe both skin and joints. When applied to the skin, it penetrates deeply, bringing moisture and elasticity back to tissues that may have become dry and fragile. Unlike commercial creams that often sit on the surface and disappear quickly, olive oil nourishes at a deeper level, providing lasting comfort and hydration. This is why people who use olive oil consistently often notice that their skin feels softer, smoother, and more resilient. But olive oil's benefits don't stop with the skin. When massaged into areas of stiffness, it can actually help improve circulation. The gentle massage, combined with olive oil's natural properties, warms the muscles, increases blood flow, and reduces tension. Think about how many times you've rubbed an aching joint or tight muscle for relief. Now imagine doing the same, but with a substance that not only soothes mechanically, but also nourishes at the cellular level. This simple practice creates a double benefit, easing discomfort immediately and supporting long-term flexibility. Olive oil is also powerful because of its anti-inflammatory nature. Much of the stiffness and discomfort we feel after 50 is not just from wear and tear, but from low-grade inflammation that builds up in the joints and tissues. By applying olive oil topically, you deliver compounds directly where they are needed. The antioxidants fight free radicals that accelerate aging, while the fatty acids calm inflammation and reduce irritation. Over time, this can mean less swelling, fewer flare-ups, and an overall sense of lightness in your movement. Another important benefit is how olive oil helps rebuild the protective barrier of the skin. As we age, the skin loses its natural oils and becomes more prone to cracks and irritation. Olive oil replaces some of this lost protection, sealing in moisture and shielding the skin from environmental damage. This is not just about looking younger, it's about keeping your body's largest organ healthy and strong, so it can continue to protect you from infections, irritants, and daily wear. The simplicity of olive oil is what makes it so powerful. You don't need complicated regimens or expensive treatments. A few drops warmed in your hands, gently massaged into dry or stiff areas can make a profound difference. Whether it's your knees before a walk, your hands before bed, or your shoulders after a long day. This small act of care sends a message to your body. You are being nourished, supported, and strengthened. And beyond the physical benefits, there is a psychological comfort in using something so natural, something that connects you to centuries of tradition and wisdom. In a world where so many solutions are synthetic or complicated, olive oil stands out for its purity and accessibility. It's safe, affordable, and available in almost every home. More importantly, it's something you can start using immediately without fear of side effects or interactions. It meets your body's needs in a gentle yet powerful way, reminding you that sometimes the simplest solutions are the most profound. After 50, when your body asks for extra care, olive oil is one of the best gifts you can offer yourself, bringing moisture where there is dryness, flexibility where there is stiffness, and vitality where there is fatigue. Now that we understand how olive oil can support the body, the next step is learning how to use it in ways that are simple, practical, and easy to integrate into daily life. The beauty of olive oil is that it doesn't require fancy tools, expensive spa visits, or complicated routines. With just a bottle of high-quality extra virgin olive oil, you can create small rituals that not only improve your physical performance, but also give you a sense of comfort and care every single day. The key is consistency and intention, making olive oil part of your lifestyle instead of just an occasional experiment. One of the most effective ways to use olive oil is through massage. Warming a few tablespoons of oil and gently massaging it into areas of stiffness before bed can bring profound relief. For example, massaging the knees after a long day helps reduce tightness and supports smoother movement in the morning. If your lower back feels tense, applying olive oil after a warm shower allows the oil to absorb better and soothes the muscles while improving circulation. The combination of warmth and gentle pressure is not only relaxing, but also deeply therapeutic. Over time, this simple practice can make your joints feel more supported and your muscles less prone to strain. Another practical tip is to use olive oil for your hands and feet. These are areas that often show early signs of dryness and stiffness because they are constantly in use and exposed to wear. Before going to sleep, massage olive oil into your hands, paying attention to the fingers and knuckles. Then slip on a pair of soft cotton gloves to let the oil absorb overnight. Do the same for your feet by applying the oil generously and wearing cotton socks. In the morning, your skin will feel softer and your joints more flexible. This is an especially helpful practice for anyone dealing with arthritis or discomfort in the extremities, as the oil penetrates deeply and keeps tissues supple. Olive oil can also be applied to the shoulders, neck, and upper back, areas that carry tension from stress and daily posture habits. Taking 5 minutes to massage these regions, even with self-massage, releases built-up stiffness, and promotes better sleep. If you share your home with a partner, exchanging olive oil massages can add not only health benefits, but also a layer of emotional connection and relaxation. This creates a bond where caring for each other's health becomes part of the relationship, which is powerful in itself. For those who are active and want to maintain performance, olive oil can become part of your recovery routine. After exercising, applying a thin layer of warm oil to sore muscles helps them recover faster. This is because the oil's anti-inflammatory compounds reduce microscopic damage and support circulation, allowing nutrients and oxygen to reach the tissues more efficiently. Think of it as giving your muscles a natural boost in healing power. Olive oil is also versatile enough to be combined with other natural ingredients. Mixing it with a few drops of essential oils like lavender or eucalyptus can enhance relaxation or add a cooling effect for sore areas. Adding a pinch of turmeric to the oil before massaging joints can increase its anti-inflammatory benefits. These small adjustments allow you to tailor olive oil to your specific needs, whether that's calming the nervous system, reducing pain, or simply enhancing the sensory experience of self-care. Another practical use is applying olive oil to the abdominal area with gentle circular massage. This not only supports skin health, but also improves circulation in the digestive region, helping the body feel lighter and more energized. For women and men alike, pelvic and lower abdominal massage with olive oil can enhance blood flow to the region, supporting vitality, energy, and even intimacy. What matters most in all these examples is regularity. Using olive oil once might feel soothing, but using it every night for a week will show real change. It's about creating small habits, like applying oil before bed or after a shower, that become second nature. These little moments of care build into a powerful lifestyle that keeps your body moving, glowing, and performing well after 50. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns small actions into lasting transformation. When it comes to taking care of your body after 50, using olive oil once or twice may feel good in the moment, but it won't create the long-term change you're looking for. True results come from repetition, from making this simple act a habit that becomes woven into your daily or weekly routine. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't skip it just because you brushed yesterday, and over time the habit keeps your teeth strong and your smile healthy. Olive oil works the same way for your joints, skin, and overall performance. The body thrives on rhythm and regularity. Our cells respond to consistent nourishment much better than occasional treatment. When you massage olive oil into your skin and joints regularly, you're training your tissues to stay supple, hydrated, and resilient. Over time, the skin becomes more elastic, joints become better lubricated, and muscles recover faster from strain. The difference may be subtle at first, but after a few weeks, you'll notice that movements feel easier, your skin looks healthier, and your body responds with more energy. It's the accumulation of small acts of care that creates this visible and tangible shift. One of the challenges people face after 50 is believing that improvement is still possible. Too often, stiffness or dryness is written off as inevitable signs of aging, something you just have to accept. But consistency with olive oil proves otherwise. Every time you apply it, you're telling your body, I am not giving up on you. I am choosing to invest in you. And the body responds to that commitment. It's not magic, it's biology. The tissues that are cared for consistently simply perform better than those that are neglected. Another reason consistency matters is because habits anchor your mind as well as your body. When you create a ritual, like applying olive oil before bed, you're building a routine that signals to your brain that you are prioritizing health and rest. This routine creates calmness, reduces stress, and helps you end your day with intention. Over time, the ritual becomes something you look forward to, not just for the physical benefits, but for the sense of peace and self-respect it brings. And when you enjoy the process, sticking with it becomes effortless. Consistency also amplifies the preventive power of olive oil. Rather than waiting for pain, cracks, or discomfort to become severe, regular use prevents those problems from escalating in the first place. If you keep your skin nourished daily, it's less likely to dry out or crack. If you massage your joints regularly, they're less likely to stiffen or lock up. Prevention is always easier and more rewarding than treatment after the fact. By keeping up the habit, you're essentially staying one step ahead of the aging process. It's important to remember that the body keeps a memory of what you do most often. If you neglect it, that neglect leaves its mark. If you nourish it regularly, that care becomes part of its memory. Just as exercise builds muscle over time, applying olive oil builds resilience into your skin, flexibility into your joints, and vitality into your daily life. That is why skipping it for long periods diminishes the benefits, while staying consistent creates a foundation you can rely on as the years go by. The truth is, it doesn't take much time. 5 minutes before bed, a small routine after your shower, or even setting aside one evening a week for a deeper massage ritual is enough to keep the habit alive. The key is not perfection, but persistence. Even if you miss a day here and there, coming back to the practice regularly keeps your body supported. When you choose consistency, you're making a statement about your health and your future. You're saying that your body deserves steady care, not quick fixes. You're choosing to invest in a stronger, more flexible, more radiant version of yourself. And that decision pays off, not just today, but in every movement, every walk, every stretch, and every moment of confidence you'll enjoy in the years ahead. At some point in life, especially after 50, many people begin to feel as though their best years are behind them. The body doesn't bounce back as quickly. Energy seems to wane, and the little aches or dry skin can feel like constant reminders of age. But here is the truth. I want you to hold on to your body is not finished. It still has the incredible ability to heal, to renew, and to perform with strength and grace if you give it what it needs. This is where olive oil becomes more than a simple household item. It becomes a symbol of care, of hope, and of your decision to live with vitality instead of settling for decline. The motivational takeaway is this: your body is worth every ounce of effort you put into it. Too often, people over 50 resign themselves to the idea that slowing down is inevitable. They say things like, "That's just old age," or "I can't do what I used to." While it's true that the body changes, it's also true that you have tremendous power to influence how those changes affect you. Olive oil is one tool, simple, natural, and accessible, that can help you fight back against stiffness, dryness, and fatigue. But beyond the oil itself, what matters most is the message you send to yourself each time you use it. I am choosing to care for myself. I am choosing to stay active. I am choosing to live fully. This is not about vanity, and it's not just about comfort. It's about preserving your freedom and independence. Think about what happens when you feel stiff and tired. You begin to hesitate before moving. You avoid activities, and little by little, your world gets smaller. But when you feel supple, flexible, and energized, you say yes to life. You walk farther, you reach higher, you join in with friends and family, and you maintain the confidence to keep trying new things. That is the real gift of staying consistent with care. It doesn't just affect your body, it affects your spirit. I want you to see olive oil as more than something you apply to your joints or skin. See it as a daily act of love toward yourself. Each massage, each drop absorbed, is a reminder that you are not giving up, you are moving forward. You are teaching your body to stay alive with movement, nourished with care, and vibrant with energy. The world may tell you that after 50 your performance declines, but you can choose to prove otherwise. You can choose to walk into each day stronger, healthier, and more confident than ever before. The motivational key here is not perfection, but persistence. Even if you don't feel the change overnight, know that every single application, every single act of care is building a stronger foundation for your future. The power of habit, combined with the healing nature of olive oil, will create results that last far longer than any quick fix. When you stay committed, you will wake up one day and realize that you move easier, your skin feels nourished, your energy is higher, and your spirit is lighter. That is the reward of choosing consistency and self-care. And perhaps the most important part of this message is remembering that you are not defined by a number, whether it's your age, your weight, or your years of experience. You are defined by how you show up for yourself today. If you decide to invest in your health, if you decide to treat your body with the same respect and care that it has given you for decades, then you unlock the possibility of thriving in ways you never imagined. So take this as your call to action. Don't wait until discomfort takes over. Don't wait until stiffness limits your freedom. Don't wait until dryness becomes painful. Begin today with something as simple as olive oil, and let it be a reminder that your journey to better performance, better health, and better living is not behind you. It is right here in front of you. The best years of your life can still be ahead if you choose to care for your body with love, consistency, and belief in its power to renew itself. So here's my invitation. Tonight, take a few minutes to apply olive oil where your body needs it most. Feel the warmth, the relaxation, and the life it brings back to your muscles and joints. Small steps like this led to powerful transformations. Remember, after 50, you are not slowing down. You are rising into a new stage of strength, vitality, and wisdom. Take action, care for your body, and let olive oil be your natural ally for better performance every single day.